Now, if you've been caught up in the latest TV craze, One Day on Netflix, you are not alone. The adaptation of David Nicholls' best-selling novel has taken the streaming world by storm, gaining over 15 million views.
But it's not just the love story of Dexter and Emma that's captured our hearts. It's also the enchanting backdrop of Edinburgh, a city that plays a crucial role in the early episodes.
Now, today, we have got a special treat for you. We're going to go live to Isla, who's currently living her best life in Edinburgh, exploring the filming locations. Good morning.
Good morning from stunning Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland and home to 500,000 people. But 4 million visitors come to this city every year, and experts say a fifth of them are inspired to visit after watching a movie or TV show that's filmed or set in Edinburgh. And that number is set to increase because of the TV adaptation of David Nicholls' book One Day. It's a story of Dexter and Emma. They meet on graduation night, don't quite get together, and then it follows their lives one day every year for nearly 2 decades. And it all begins here in Edinburgh. Now, it's not the first time a big hit has made ordinary streets, stairs, shop fronts a global draw. And Rochelle, you said earlier you liked my country chic. Well, let's see if you like my train spotting chic. Take a look.
Choose Edinburgh. Choose a wizard. Choose an Avenger. Choose a chariot of fire. Choose Fast and Furious cars, compact filming locations, and don't forget the Danny Boyle classic.
In 1996, Train Spotting, starring Ewan McGregor, sprinted straight into the record books, becoming the most profitable film that year. From books to box office to boots on the ground, the Harry Potter franchise is worth in excess of £4 billion the UK economy. And this is the street that inspired Diagon Alley. And let's not forget Outlander.
And it was on top of Arthur's Seat where Emma and Dexter's love story found an iconic backdrop.
And it brings us here for One Day.
Hopefully you won't be suffering a hangover like Dexter when you climb Arthur's Seat. But if you just prefer a more sedate way to see it, Guru Walk guide Brian Pendrich, who specialises in movie and TV tours, has a suggestion.
Well, you could just come here to Regent Road, right on the edge of the city centre, enjoy the spectacular view from here without the bother and climbing all the way to the top of Arthur's Seat. Dexter, played by Leo Woodall, he did go all the way to the top. Looks like great method acting. It is the morning after. He does appear like he's got a terrible hangover, but reportedly it was actually a spot of food poisoning. If you've got food poisoning at all, probably better to come to Regent Road. No bathrooms at the top of Arthur's Seat.
And this isn't the only thing that's been filmed here, is it?
There has been more than one film shot in Holyrood Park. It's an ancient royal park. Chariots of Fire, Oscar winner at the beginning of the 1980s, shot here. But Trainspotting 2, the sequel, Renton takes Spud up Arthur's Seat.
Not quite as romantic as Dexter and Emma.
Not quite, no. Different vibe. So here we are now at Edinburgh University's Old College. It's beyond these imposing gates that the whole story of One Day begins. The graduation, the courtyard, where Dexter and Em first meet.
Where did you see me before tonight?
The library.
You've never seen me before in your life.
And we've now got Kim Kardashian recommending One Day to her hundreds of millions of followers, which is going to boost even more of the tourism effect from One Day.
I'm certainly looking forward to the One Day effect and hoping that it lasts a lot longer than one day. It's back in the bestsellers list. There's been a lot of coverage in the newspapers. So I'm already including One Day in my film and TV and books tour. And I'm looking forward to the Kardashian effect. If I can get 1% of our followers to come on my tours, I'll be very happy.
Our final stop is the Grassmarket area, and more specifically, the 150 Vennel Steps, which was where
A slightly breathless Dexter catches up with Emma and utters the words.
Oh, I thought I'd lost you.
Not only was this the location of one of the key scenes, but it's also one of the most spectacular locations to take in the view of Edinburgh Castle. Look at that, Brian.
Yep. Great view of the castle, very historic steps. Back at the beginning of the 20th century, there was a young lad called George Gibson. Grew up, lived a couple of streets away from here, and every morning he would come out and he would see this view. As an adult, he went off to America, he worked in Hollywood, and he painted those backdrops that you get in movies. One movie that worked on was The Wizard of Oz, and that backdrop of Oz was inspired by this view of Edinburgh Castle.
Love it. Edinburgh's magic.
It certainly is full magic.
So,
And so finally, as if by magic, we bumped into some One Day fans.
You're all from Malaysia?
Yes, but we are studying here.
Okay. And is this one of your favourite scenes?
Yeah, it's like what started it all, really. Like, he chased her up these steps and, like, asked for her number.
Oh. And any of you hoping to have that romantic moment created in your own lives? Just standing here waiting?
Maybe one day.
One day! One day!
we would love to.
Well, I didn't find my Dexter, my wizard, or my Outlander hero. However, I do know where they serve good whiskey, so I'm hoping through some spirited goggles I might find my own Spud or Renton. However, we did actually gate crash a romantic moment. This couple were getting their photograph, their honeymoon pictures taken on the Vennel steps. And that photographer said since the release of One Day, he's had 1,000 extra views per day of those photographs on the steps. So he's certainly seeing the One Day effect already. So I think that here in Edinburgh, there's definitely going to be more romance and more money, hopefully.
I'm sure everyone's happy
it's
about
like a proper tourist attraction, even more so than it already was, Isla.
It's so beautiful, Edinburgh, isn't it? You can see why the appeal.
I am going to Edinburgh next week, Isla. I will be there one day next week.
I want to see you on the steps.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Recreate that.
One day. We can sprint together, Andy.
Yes.
Sprint together.
Oh, hang on, no one's told her I don't do cardio.
He just waits only, Isla, waits only.
Cardio, that's slightly embarrassing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.